Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is the PC muscle race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
What's poppin'?
I saw your video, LeRon. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, like somebody's a master at like providing assets for like all the Boss Rush shows.
Yeah.
I owe that guy like a chicken sandwich or something.
Okay, Ed. That's what Ed says every time I say.
Oh, are you for real?
Yeah.
He says chicken sandwich.
Yes.
He says that.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I did not know that.
Also joining us is the mad pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Do you have wings? Where are they?
No, I haven't finished it yet.
Oh. That's fine.
Well,
Tastes like acid.
What does Bang Energy do for you?
It bangs you out. I don't know. I have no idea.
Let's move on.
What's it supposed to do, LeRon? What is it supposed to do?
I don't know. That's why I was asking the question.
Oh, man.
If Red Bull's giving you wings, like what does Bang Energy do?
I don't know.
Exactly what you think it gives you.
What does Monster do for you? What does
Rockstar?
What does Rockstar do for you? What does Mountain Dew MDX do for you?
I don't even know what that is.
That's their energy drink.
Oh. I thought they had one called Amped. What happened to Amped?
I think they have that one too.
Why do they have so many Mountain Dew energy drinks? Why do they just have one?
And not the flaming hot ones.
Oh no.
That's fucking stupid.
That'll
Okay, so they have Rise, they have Kickstart, I'm sorry. They have Amp. Okay, so they got rid of one. And they've got Game Fuel. Game Fuel's theirs too.
Okay. Neat.
What's the one that Galutrad always drinks? G Fuel or something?
G Fuel, or what's the other powder that people like? Gaming, whatever.
I was gonna say there's a couple powders that people like, but maybe not that kind of powder.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Rogue Energy is the other one.
Excuse me.
Rogue
I would
Energy
love
is
to
the
be
other one.
sponsored by an energy drink.
Right?
I mean,
Corey's got some of those deets, so I can get the ball shaver thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can do that right now, actually.
The ball shaver one?
Yeah,
what's that called?
Manscaped. Yeah.
Keep them.
Then I'm gonna talk to Andre and Stoy and see if we should like rep this on the show.
I have got.
Do a
I mean,
test.
not to like kill the mood on your manscaping, LeRon, but we did get a couple messages saying, "Thank God you guys don't have Manscaped ads on your podcast." So.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
I mean, you can. I don't care.
Well, I'm for the Boss Rush. I don't want that smoke.
Hey, you know what? We can save that for after dark. I'm curious. Is the whole manscaping thing still trending? Is that like a?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Yeah, we can save that. What is that line on my face? What is that?
It's
Wrinkles.
It's
No.
That's what happens.
Wrinkles are on. I'll send you some.
LeRon, are you okay tonight? You seem kind
I'm
of
curious right now.
You seem.
He's a little all over the place.
I know.
What is that like? Hold on, I need to.
Okay, scatterbrain.
LeRon's checking himself out, guys.
Oh my gosh.
It's that crease from that thing they made you do on OnlyFans before the show started.
What? Wait, Crease? I don't remember signing a contract for that.
I don't know. That thing that one person made you do for 50 tokens or whatever they charge on there.
You know, the more y'all talk about OnlyFans, the more I wonder if I'm missing out.
They'll look at anything on that site.
Stephanie, you can make so much bank because you are a woman, which means you don't really have to take off your clothes.
You can just smile and like pet a Pikachu stuffed animal or something, and people will give you money.
Or
Yeah.
maybe I can just record myself chewing, because isn't that the thing?
Yeah. Wiggle your toes at the camera, I guess, too.
Oh, gosh, just me thinking about that.
People like that.
Yeah, the best that The best that men can do is with keeping their clothes on is like pull their articles of clothing like super tight. So basically, you leave nothing to the imagination.
Okay. Welcome to the Boss Rush podcast, where we talk about mans.
This is the preview for After Dark. If you guys don't know, I mean, like we'll let you know more about it as soon as we hit the Patreon producers.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, you can explain how people can listen to After Dark 2 weeks early.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna get to our Patreon producers here. Because I don't know what's happening in this show already.
We're just talking, having a good time.
I know. I'm always having a good time. But anyways,
I mean, we're giving the viewers and listeners what they want because they wanted a more conversational show out of us, and guess what? They're getting the conversations.
Yee. Careful what you wish for.
Anyways, if you want to support the Boss Rush Network directly, you can head on over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you can get 4 shows early access. You can get After Dark in standard definition 2 weeks early, as well as expansion pass and the audio feed of the Boss Rush podcast 1 week early for as little as $1 a month. That's right, just $1. But if you want to be a Patreon producer, you can subscribe to our $5 tier, which means you get your name shouted out on this here podcast.
And see LeRon wiggle his toes.
That's the $25 tier.
I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, like y'all don't want to see that. Y'all don't want to see that.
You want to see by the way, you want to see some really gross. You want to see some really gross toes? You should look up Shaquille O'Neal's toes.
Ooh.
I'm good.
Just, Google search Shaq's toes, and it's gross. But anyways, our Patreon producers for this. Oh
Lord! No way! Oh my God! That cannot be his foot.
It is.
Yeah, I looked it up. Yeah.
Our Patreon producers for this episode of the Boss Rush podcast are Quentin Jackson, Rebecca Jewell, Adriel Munger, and my wife, Sana Dirrig. I want to thank all of our Patreon producers. I want to thank all of our patrons, and I want to thank all of our free listeners out there as well. Remember, all of our content remains free. This just, allows you to get some of our shows early, be shouted out, that kind of thing. A few perks here and there. By the way, for those who don't know what Patreon is, it is a subscription platform where you can support your favorite creators directly. Most of the time, it's monthly. There is an annual tier that we are close to unlocking. So if you want to try that at some point in the near future, we will have an update for you soon. So there is that. But for now, Stephanie, what are you doing with your life?
Actually, I'm raising my hand. I have a question first.
Oh, no. Question. Sure.
Have you had 2 energy drinks, like one after the other? Were you that tired and never had 2 of them in a row?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I have 3 in a row.
Was it bad? Because I kind of really feel like I need another one.
Oh, do it. Just do it.
Right.
Just crack one open. Nobody's going to judge you here. Especially me, who just ordered another 24-pack and it's sitting under my desk right now.
Okay. Maybe after I talk about, because you asked me what's up, right? What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Well, I'm tired.
Why is that?
Work sucks, and
stop podcasting so much.
This is like, let's see, 1, 2, 3. This might be like my 6th podcast, Corey. Like, what number are we on?
Let's see. Okay, so if you include Sunday, we did 2 ranking Nintendo. On Monday, we did episode 300 of POW Block, which was basically a double podcast. Last night we did 2 Disney standard defs and a direct recap. So this is our 7th podcast this week.
So I'm on podcast number 7. So I'm a little tired, not like in a bad way. I'm okay. Looking forward to the long weekend. Haven't been doing too much. I don't know if this is the point where we just talk about what we've been playing. I'm still playing Ghost of Tsushima on my PlayStation. I just bought some games. I was gonna wait till the new month, but I started. I
Too
just
late.
bought I forgot already, but it's an indie game, Arctic something, because the story is influenced by like actual native Eskimos and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to experience this culturally influenced game. I also downloaded Firewatch again. And here's the stupid thing, LeRon, maybe you knew this, and I don't know why I didn't think about it. There's a particular edition of Firewatch where you can change your, what do you call it? Like the background of your PlayStation, like your theme.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, this is a wicked awesome theme.
Yeah.
And guess what? PlayStation 5, you can't change your theme.
Yeah, that's one of the things that people are is like most requested right now.
They should have had like this big warning sign, like, "Hey, you can't use this theme." But nope.
Well, isn't it because number one, like they built the PS5 from the ground up, and the one thing they wanted to make sure that was capable of was backwards compatibility directly with PS4 games and stuff like that. So like it's got new UI and everything, and because the PS4's UI is actually strung off of the PS3's UI. So like a lot of the coding and stuff were similar, even though like the UI for the PS4 does look different from the PS3. But that was one of the main things. And they just I'm pretty sure we'll get it at some point and stuff like that. You know, like Sony is almost Nintendo-ish in some of the shit they do sometimes for their hardware.
Yeah, so I found out the hard way, but I mean, it's fine. I still like Firewatch. I didn't get it only for the theme. So
Firewatch is a great game.
Yeah, I also I ordered physical copies of Resident Evil Village because it was on sale, and I was never going to buy it, but because of the winter's package that's coming in October or December, whenever it's coming, the expansion, winter's expansion, you can play in third person. And that's the only way I will be willing to play that game. I will never play a first-person Resident Evil game.
Will the main game be in third person or just the add-on content?
No, they added a whole third person. They added a whole third person mode. They added new animations and stuff. They ripped them from Resident Evil 2, actually.
Okay, but it's weird though because I heard like you still won't be able to see Ethan's face.
That's fine. I just don't. I like having that one level of removal when I'm playing a horror game. Like I don't want to be in first person. Like this is me getting my neck fucking ripped apart by this person. It's like, oh, that's his neck getting ripped apart. I'm fine. Okay, let's start over again.
Yeah.
What else? Sakura of Rice and Ruin. Some indie game was on sale at GameStop, and goodness, I gotta check my. I already forgot what I bought because I've been falling for those summer game sales that I need to not fall for, and I've held out. Oh, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, the PS5 physical copy of Kenna.
Congrats.
Yeah, and I got my.
How much is that right now? How much is it on sale right now for?
$37.99.
Okay.
$39.99 if you want new. I got it used.
Where'd you buy these from? I thought you were telling me about a PlayStation sale earlier.
Oh yeah, so PlayStation sale, but also when I saw a game that was on sale, I kind of checked across all stores. I know GameStop just had a couple dollars like off.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So is Canon still $50 brand new?
No, it's on sale. It's like
okay.
$39.99. Like it's very comparable.
Okay.
Yeah, so
because I'm not mistaken, like it launched at $40 digital and it's supposed to be $50 for physical.
Yeah, so it's $10 off.
Okay.
Yes. So I jumped on that. I also got my
finally
wireless N64 controller to play your favorite Nintendo 64 game. I got the Special Reserve Switch copy of Death's Door and a Super Nintendo wireless controller. So
I saw it back there. I saw it.
Got a lot of stuff. Can't wait. That is it.
Nice. LeRon, what's up with you? How's your week been?
It's been okay. It's been okay. Like, I'll just put it like that. Like work is doing its number on me, but that's nothing new. Like I don't know. It seems like summer is like it's either really boring or it's a whole bunch of craziness. And right now it seems like it's leaning towards the craziness portion. But I mean, beyond that, just been working on a few things. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make my goal of hitting Hunter rank 300 before the expansion of Monster Hunter Rise comes out tonight. I checked and I thought I was at Hunter rank 291, but I'm actually at 290. So there's that. But we're recording tonight, so I'm going to run out of time before it launches. So I'm just going to jump in sub 300.
Is there something special you get at 300, or is that just like max level?
No, 300 is not max level. 100 rank 999 is max level.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
I saw somebody else talking about Hunter rank 300 earlier, and I just thought maybe like that was something like a lot of people try to hit a certain light level in Destiny before the next expansion comes out, and it's like, well, is that like the max level, or is that just like
Nah.
the recommended level to move into the next area of the game, or what?
Well, actually, what I'm thinking, the hunter rank. Well, if it's, I have a suspicion that the higher your hunter rank, the more conversion points you get towards master rank, because that's the new thing. Like the expansions of the games like bring out what's called master rank, or what used to be called G rank back in the legacy titles. And I think like some of those points will like roll over and like boost your master rank, but I'm not 100% sure, and I can't remember if it did like that on Iceborne, but yeah, like honestly, like Hunter rank 300 is like, well, when I saw that I was way like deep in the Hunter rank 200, I was like, oh well, Sunbreak's coming out and at that time in 2 weeks, so I'm like, I'm just gonna bust my ass and get the Hunter rank 300 before the game comes out, and stuff like that, because that would be the highest. That'd be the highest hunter rank I ever obtained before an expansion came out. So that it was more like a personal goal and not anything like related to the game or whatnot. And I was also doing some basically some pregame builds. Basically like did some research and stuff and started making armor and weapon builds that will make the shock of getting into master rank not that difficult. Yeah, but I mean, like, they're basically gonna smack the shit out of you, like in master rank. So, fun times, I guess.
Cool. Well, I'm happy that you're getting Monster Hunter regardless, LeRon.
Yeah. Yeah, and then finished Obi-Wan. Well, actually, we talked about that last week, so that's not news.
We did, but we could still talk about it because it was still very good.
But what though? Like Obi-Wan did a good job of doing one thing. It made me nostalgic. So Sunday I watched episode 4.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, because honestly, I wanted to see how Obi-Wan, like what Obi-Wan does to lead into like episode 4, and yeah, a lot of people complained about Obi-Wan, and I don't understand the justification for why because like Obi-Wan didn't break canon. Like I didn't see anything that broke canon. Also, it was a decent bridge between what the next historic thing in the timeline, of course, is Rogue One and Solo, based off of what we've seen of what's already established in Star Wars. I'm not counting Rebels, and I'm not counting Star Wars Rebels, even though I should, because it is canon. So if we actually look at the actual live action stuff, the next thing that happens in the timeline, is in the live action timeline is I don't even know where Solo like ranks at. Is it before? It's before Rogue One, because Rogue One literally takes place right at the beginning of episode 4.
Right.
Yeah, so it's Solo, which now I'm wondering how long.
Solo and Kenobi happen around the same time, because Solo's ending wraps up approximately 10 years before the events of A New Hope, which is where Obi-Wan takes place.
Thank you, because I've only seen the movie once, and even though I highly enjoyed it after waiting 4 years to see it, because like I refused to have seen a movie that I felt like it was how they announce sequels for movies, and it's like, you don't need to make a sequel for this movie. We already this movie doesn't really need a sequel, or you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I felt. That's what I felt like. What felt like with Solo. I felt like when Solo was coming out and they had the announcements and all that stuff, I was like, why do we need this? Like everything that we know about Han Solo has already been established, you know.
You need to know how he got his last name and how they converted parsecs into a unit of measurement and not time.
Yeah, which by the way, that was some bullshit. But you know what? I'm glad they explained that, because like I'm a Trekkie and a science person, and when I'm hearing like he did this in like so many parsecs, I'm like, that's a unit of interstellar travel. You can't break that.
Yeah. Oh, that's
yeah, but
funny,
Solo
though.
wound up being a very enjoyable movie. And what was really cool though is like, like in like episodes 5 and 6, so Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Remember how they were always talking about the computer has to make these calculations, all that stuff? I'm like, it's a fucking computer. It's already know this shit. Now we understand why.
Yeah.
The droid downloaded his AI into the ship's computer.
Man. That's so funny.
And so now my whole thing is like, man, droids are pretty fucking flawed, because they're supposed to be glorified robots.
I mean, it happens, I guess.
I mean, something's wrong here if your actual technology is smarter than your robots that that have artificial intelligence. Something's wrong.
It's true.
But yeah, so I watched episode 4, and my boyfriend and we're trying to figure out like when we're going to start the new season of Only Murders in the Building. Oh, and we completely.
Good show.
Yeah. So the new season's out. The first 2 episodes are out, and the next episode will be out on July the 5th. So I think my boyfriend said something about wait until next week. So I think he wants to see 3 episodes at once. But whatever, I can't wait for it, because I really enjoyed the first season of Only Murders. And it's funny because I remember when the ad or the commercial happened on Hulu, and I was like, Selena Gomez, Steve Martin, and Martin Short in a TV series. I don't know how I feel about this, but because I have this weird infatuation with Selena Gomez, I was like, I'll give it a try. and it wound up being like my favorite show of last summer.
Mm-hmm.
We also because we have one whole day left of Pride, we did finish Love, Victor, the final season. It was good, but it was predictable. It was a lot of the plot devices was predictable, and kudos for Disney Plus for finally loosening the fuck up and like actually putting the show on their network, because it was originally supposed to be on their network when it originally debuted, and I don't know, like they were afraid of like having gay content or something. I don't know. I can't speak for them.
I was gonna say they're afraid of having gay content when they've already kind of factored some. It's not a lot, but some stuff into their movies, like their
exactly. Yeah,
movies.
I mean, some of that gay stuff is very veiled, though. If we're gonna be serious about it,
Well, yeah, that's why I'm like not. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, no, Love Victor. Yeah, Love Victor actually had like straight up gay storylines and stuff like that, and this is back when Disney Plus was launching, and they were trying to actually like bolster some content and stuff, because like if you log on to Disney Plus now, like you can actually see where actual shows from ABC and Hulu are now in Disney Plus's roster. I'm not just talking about stuff that's related to like Marvel, and stuff like that, because like Marvel was the first stuff to infiltrate, and speaking of things that Disney Plus does, why is the new Predator movie coming to Hulu?
Why is the new Predator movie? Because Disney doesn't have anything that's rated R.
Is that?
That's why. There's going to be the plan is that Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus are all going to merge into one package at some point.
Good, because I'm paying $20 right now.
Yeah,
for it.
And
I'm paying $20 for the no ads portion.
Yeah, and so that's the idea. I think at some point is to merge those 3 services.
So what are they going to call it then when it goes under this umbrella? Are they going to call it ABC Entertainment or something?
I think they're going to call it Disney Plus Ultimate. I think is what the name convention right now.
That's so stupid.
Disney wants it branded Disney,
okay, so why can't they just say Disney ABC or something like that? because we all know ESPN is part of ABC. Because because whenever you see like shows end on ESPN, it says ESPN Network, and then it says ABC, like I think Global Worldwide or something like that.
Yeah, and anytime they have any like sporting event doubleheader things, a lot of it goes to ABC, and it says ESPN on ABC.
Yeah.
But I mean, Disney owns both properties too, so I think.
And Disney has the majority. ABC has the majority stake in Hulu, which I get why
Disney straight up owns Hulu now.
They straight up own, or I thought it was just the majority. I thought they had the majority.
No, they own it now because they bought Fox, which was the other stakeholder, and that portion of Fox that they bought.
Actually, hold on, because you've got you've got 20th Century Fox, and then you've got the Fox Network, and I think the Fox Network still has like a piece of that.
No, it's all Disney.
Oh God, I'm arguing for Disney nerd. Let me stop.
I looked it up because I wasn't sure either, but Disney.
Oh, man, that's right. You work in that marketing job you work at. You work for, like, you can get all that information like real fast. Yeah, so I need to come to you for this stuff.
Yeah, so that's the idea is that Disney, now that they own, I think their big plan was they bought Fox to 80% of the reason why they bought Fox was to have full ownership of Hulu, so they could say they had a cable service. But they weren't sure if that was going to pass, so like Disney Plus became a thing, and then they fast tracked it because of the pandemic, like really fast tracked Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have 3 services,
Okay. Well, I mean, it's cool because in all honesty, like if I have to pick right now, like I would drop Netflix, drop Netflix and just completely just run on Disney Plus, my Disney Plus extended package, because I have Hulu Plus, and in all seriousness, that's all I need.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things that my daughter watches on Netflix, but Netflix
Cocomelon.
No, no, it's like a bunch of Dr. Seuss stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, Netflix would be the first service I would drop in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and like Netflix is apparently trying to do what HBO Max is doing by having like a very low tier that actually introduce ads and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, Disney Plus is going to introduce ads this year too, by the way.
Oh, they are?
For a cheaper tier. Like I think the current tier is going up by $1, and then they're going to offer.
So I'm paying $21. So I'll be paying $21 soon.
Well,
because actually the extra money that I'm spending right now is for the no ads portion of Hulu.
Oh well, I don't know because I'm only paying for Disney Plus.
You're just paying for Disney Plus, so you're paying what, $7.99 a month?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah,
it'll be $8.99 a month, and then there's going to be an ad tier at like $6.99 a month.
Yeah, because me
and or something.
Like basically, yeah. So because basically, like I got the and it was actually to help my mom out and stuff like that. So I got the Disney Plus package that included Hulu and ESPN, because even though I know my mom won't watch ESPN, like I know she was going to give my sister out the info, the account info, and my sister actually watches a lot of ESPN stuff and stuff like that. But I just wanted to make sure that my mom could actually watch a decent amount of movies, across a couple of platforms without having to spend extra money, because like Netflix is great, but I mean, you're all tied into like whatever these people are giving you, So, yeah. But like if you want to look at it for what it is, like I feel like Hulu actually is the best bang for your buck, and that's before you even get to like Hulu TV and Hulu Plus and all that stuff. Hulu is the best bang for your buck. But I definitely like paying like we did like 2 months of that low tier for Hulu, and I was like, Mom, I'm spending the extra money to get us no ads, because this is insane. Like I'm watching like a 30-minute show and I'm getting and it's getting 5 breaks.
The sad thing is with like the Hulu cable, which is what we have, there's no option for ad free.
I know, because
on-demand
stuff. Because it's television, they have to follow the guidelines the FCC puts out.
I know that, but I mean like even the on-demand stuff that you would
wait, the on-demand stuff gives you ads? Oh hell no.
And there's no option to drop that.
Oh hell, see, that's what Netflix is there for.
Yeah, but there's nothing good on Netflix.
True.
I
Like
mean,
all I do is what Netflix is a glorified rerun machine for me. Like
yeah.
it's on in the background and like Supernatural's playing or some other shit that like I used to watch back in the day or something.
Yeah. I I always look at, like, once in a while I'll click on Netflix. I haven't scrolled through Netflix in a while. Is there anything new that I can watch or whatever? And I'm just like, I'm not into it. Like,
It's sad that Amazon Prime has more utility than Netflix does now.
I know. Although I know they're doing that Horizon show, which is supposed to be a prequel. Did you see that?
Who's doing Horizon?
Netflix.
Oh,
Netflix is
shit.
doing Horizon. It's a prequel. It's what happens before the big event.
That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's
what we want to see.
That's
So wait, it's actually prequeling before like the VR game, because I thought the VR game was supposed to be the prequel.
This they said it's a prequel to the first game. And
Okay.
it takes place in I think it's called Horizon 2042 or something.
Shane is in the chat trolling us right now.
Uh,
If he wasn't part of Boss Rush right now, I would ban him from the chat. Y'all need to be patient. There could be a nice ad once in a while.
Well, you know what? Shane's right, because I think we've been spoiled with ad-free. I remember back in the day where if you want to go to the bathroom and you're in the bathroom and you're taking too long, you have to rely on your friends and family and be like, "Hey, show's back on."
That's
You
what
know, run back.
that's what our fracking pause button is for. Like, that's the advent of streaming was supposed to actually fix everything that was wrong with our lives as far as normal television and cable were concerned. And honestly, like going to the movies, like there's a part of me, like, my boyfriend and I, we argue about this shit all the time because he is a movie buff. Like he's a cinemaphile. He will go to the movies in a heartbeat. And I'm sitting up here like, man, like, number one, like movies are getting longer and longer to sit through. So, like I have to make this concession because I'm a fat kid. So if I go to the movies, I'm getting popcorn, a big ass fucking drink, and at least some type of candy and stuff like that. Which means if I'm sitting in a 3-hour movie, I'm going to have to go use the bathroom at least once.
Dude, even without all those drinks and snacks, I need to go to the bathroom like 4 times within a 3-hour movie. That's why I didn't see Batman in theaters. No way.
Yeah. So, it's legit one of those situations where I have to wrestle with myself. I was like, do I want to go see this movie? And do I want to go see this movie and not have any refreshments?
right.
Let me warn you, though. Movie theaters are starting to introduce ads.
What?
I know, but it's usually before the show starts, though.
True. But still, because I go for the trailers as well. And smack dab in the middle of the trailers comes an Airbnb commercial. And like 10 seconds in, I'm like, what kind of movie is this?
That's because the movie theaters are still trying to rebound from like what COVID did to them.
No, I totally get it, but it just threw me off guard. I'm like, what is this?
And I'm serious when I tell you that you know what, I was hoping that COVID would have killed the movie theater industry.
I know, me too.
I
hate the movie theater. Like the last two movies I saw in the movie theaters were the last 007 movie, and that's because my dad wanted to go to the theater to see it, and Avengers Endgame.
You guys.
Opening weekend.
Atrocious. You guys don't value the outside of your house experience.
You're right. We did not spend thousands of years perfecting the house so we could go outside, Stephanie.
You've been
It's not that for me, honestly, like, and me and my roommate fight about this because my roommate's also in the cinema. Like I think the best thing I did for him, like I started dating this guy that like loves Hollywood movies and cinema and stuff like that. I think that was the best thing I could have ever done for my roommate, because like I've gotten to the point now where I feel like I just wait for these movies to come out. I can watch them to come from my own home, and in my opinion, I feel like the movies look better on my TV than they do in like a big ass fucking like 90-foot ass fucking screen.
All right, LeRon, we don't have these fantastic.
Even when back when I had like a fucking 42-inch television, I felt like movies and TV look better on those.
All right, Shane, back me up here. Please tell me you like movies too, because
Oh,
listen,
I like movies. I like movies. It's just the whole.
the theater. Come on,
Be
man. Every
careful.
once in a while, it
Be
doesn't have to
careful
be
with your
every
answer
movie.
here, Shane.
Okay, here's my real reason about the whole cinema experience, and we might as well call this is how we find out LeRon's a curmudgeon like segment for the show. There was a time when people, well, I feel like people still don't have any fucking common sense when they go to movie theaters, and stuff like that. I understand, there's moments where, like you're supposed to like laugh out loud or have a reaction and stuff like that. But I've been to some fucking ratchet ass fucking movie theaters where people are always making fucking noise and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about someone that brings their fucking 8-month-old child. I didn't mean to say fucking 8-month-old child. I meant to say just. But you know what I mean? Like, like there's I've had some very ratchet ass movie experiences and stuff like that, and it's kind of killed me to the point where it's like I will only go to the movie theater to see certain movies. So like back in the day, like the new Resident Evil movie, the Mila Jovovich movies, not that bullshit that just came out like last year, but I would go to the movie theater to see those. Star Trek, guaranteed. Star Wars, guaranteed. Marvel, guaranteed. Almost anything from James Cameron. Like I'm not going to the movie theater to see the next Avatar movie though. I'm not doing that.
Don't worry, it'll be on Disney Plus literally 4 weeks later.
Exactly.
Just like Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
literally,
which I saw that. I watched that on Saturday.
Literally, 45 days later, it was on Disney Plus. It was on Disney Plus before it was on digital and DVD.
I'm still glad I saw it in the theater.
Yeah, like I plan to see it in theater. I plan to see it in theaters, but right now I'm still like, you know what? You're not gonna spam in the can me in fucking theaters right now when people can't even get their shit together with COVID right now. Because just my fucking luck, I'm gonna be in a movie theater that when I buy my tickets, there's gonna it's gonna be like all sorts of seats available. And when I get there on the day of the showing, because like I'm one of those crazy people. Like I order today's Wednesday, right? Let's say we have a movie like Doctor Strange that's already been out, stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm gonna go see this Friday. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy my ticket now. So it's Wednesday night. I buy my ticket. I look at the auditorium and stuff, and like there's like, let's just say out of 90 seats, only 6 are taken. By the time we get to Friday night, all of a sudden the fucking movie theater is packed, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was not here for this.
Because it's a Friday night. You gotta like go at a weird time, like a Saturday or Sunday morning where there's nobody. Though, just to like play both sides, I've been in theaters where there's literally like 3 or 4 other people in the entire theater. Yet those 3 or 4 people will go like, and they don't cover their mouth. I'm like, have you not learned your fucking lesson and covered your damn mouth?
Yep. So since COVID's been back, like, because you got to remember, like, I'm one of those wild people that started dating in the day and age of COVID. So I wound up dating somebody who is a movie buff. And so I've been to 4 movies now in this time where I said, I'm not going to a fucking theater to see any goddamn thing.
I married the right person who also does not like movie theaters, so
things we do for love and stuff like that. But yeah,
the last movie I saw with my wife in theaters was Deadpool 2. So
the last thing me and my boyfriend saw in theaters, and it was Everything Everywhere All at Once, which was a great movie, and I'm actually glad I went to theaters to see it because I got an experience. That was great for that. But then again, you know what? Chances are, because I am a big Michelle Yeoh fan, I love that woman. She could be my mom. She could be my mom. And I would be the most perfect child for her because she's not gonna like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon my ass. But anyway, but yeah. But since that movie, because I want to say we saw that movie 3 months ago in theaters. My boyfriend has gone to the movie theater 4 different times by himself to see movies.
Good for him, because he knows how to go out and get an experience. Because eventually, we're in maybe like 50 more years, we'll be at a point where we will never fucking leave our house.
Great.
For anything.
That's
exactly because we want to download a movie. We already have something downloaded, and all we have to do is hit this little spot in our temple, and we can start watching the movie right there.
That'd be great.
in our brains.
I'm in this fucking house all the time because I work from home and I have a child. Every second I get, I need to get the fuck out of this house. And I don't mean going to raves or clubs because I can't like be crazy and shit, but I need to get out of the fucking house. See a movie? Fine. I don't care. Let's get half of it's because I just want to get out of my fucking house. Okay? I'm getting worked up here. We need to start moving on.
By the way, the thing that kicked us off.
I didn't mean to rile you up.
The thing that kicked us off was the Horizon Netflix show.
Is it that?
Yeah.
Well, and just real quick, LeRon, because I know you mentioned the last day of Pride Month and the show that's on Disney Plus. I have Discovery Plus, and the only reason why I got it is because I watched 90 Day Fiance. That's my dirty little secret show.
You and my wife would be best friends. I think she's watching it right now, actually, in the other room.
You should tell her that you podcast with someone who loves that show. There's like a Pride portion, like every day, like Pride or something. And there's a show I'm so interested in seeing it because I saw the ad today where they go. It's like history. They go back and look at historical figures. I want to see that.
What is it on? What is it on?
Discovery Plus.
Shit, I don't have that.
Maybe you might just happen to stumble upon my.
Discovery Plus is being merged with HBO Plus at the end of the year, or HBO Max.
HBO Plus or HBO Max?
HBO Max, I meant. Because
I need to see it right now, though.
Oh, LeRon, just hit me up a little later.
Because I saw the commercial or the ad or whatever you want to call it for the one about the Warriors of Thieves. I think it's the Warriors of Thieves or something like that. And I heard about these guys, but I didn't know they were that gay.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it because especially with old history in general, no one would ever want to admit or publicize that they were queer, but now that we're more open about it, I'm like, I would love to learn more about this.
You know what? In this day and age that we're living in right now, we need to cram as much shit that makes these fucking stupid ass people uncomfortable as possible. So more queer and trans stuff, more fucking women, taking charge of their fucking bodies and all this shit. Like more people marrying interracially, more shit like that, because I swear to fucking God, I'm not gonna get on this whole political thing tonight, but y'all should listen to us goddamn Democrats when we were telling you this shit was crazy. We're telling you this shit was crazy, and y'all fucked around, slept on the fucking like Trump-Hillary election, and I actually retweeted a soundbite earlier this week about how Hillary said if she was the president, she would make sure that Roe versus Wade and all this shit was protected.
Can I mention one more show? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to I'm not.
No, I'm not trying to be political. I'm not trying to be political. No,
it's okay. I just don't want you to think I don't care about your political stance.
Oh no. Oh, I know you care. I know you care because it wasn't the Roe versus Wade stuff, but it was something else that was going on, and I remember you texted me and you said you were so distraught about what was going on with that. I can't remember what it was. It was the shootings.
It was the shooting.
Okay, yeah.
The shootings?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and stuff like that. Which honestly, that shit's political too. Look.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what we need to do. We need to do a special show where we just air our grievances about politics. We need to make a special.
Isn't that just After Dark? Isn't that just
we have a rant episode? I like having rants. Rants are fun.
So we need to schedule rants. It's almost. Hey, that sounds like we're scheduling time for our therapist.
You guys are my therapist.
But just real quick, one more show.
Y'all are my therapist. Go ahead.
One more show on Discovery Plus is, and I feel really bad that I forget it, but just because I see it in an ad, so I just registered my brain to move on. It's this chick, and she spends the show educating us about the way Black people positively influenced or impacted society, like with inventions and stuff, but white people took the credit.
Oh.
So she'll kind of ask hard questions.
That shit makes me mad.
I know, but
no. I mean, it makes
educate me too. Some of the stuff I would not have known.
Well, no. When I say it makes me mad in that way. There's I'm getting uplifted now at the age of 47 when I literally should have been hearing about this shit when I was in school. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But we have to be better.
Yeah, so that's why these shows, I'm like, where were these shows? Well, I was going to say 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever.
They're fucking banning books and shit. It's come on, guys. You know what?
Sorry, I'll stop.
Corey, what you been up to?
Well, I texted my wife from in here. I said, I found somebody else who likes 90 Day Fiance. And she said, who? I said, Stephanie, she loves it. She says to tell you, she said to tell you, and she said everybody loves it. Smart girl.
Yeah, that's
I don't know about everybody. I don't know about everybody.
Tell her right now I'm catching up on Before the 90 Days.
Oh boy, is that? She says she's catching up on Before the 90 Days. There.
By the end of this episode, we are going to be BFFs.
Yeah, only through my text messages though.
Corey.
Hey, Corey, you're doing exactly what most husbands do in a marriage. You're the middleman.
That's fair.
You're the middleman for the kids. You're the middleman for the in-laws. You're a middleman for the friends that you don't want them talking to.
Everybody needs a friend, guys. It's fine. What have I been up to?
Corey.
I mean, nothing.
Thank you for being a friend.
Good one. Good one.
I'm retiring.
So wait, who's Corey? Is he Dorothy? Is he Rose? Is he Blanche?
This feels like an After Dark topic. Which Golden Girl are you?
I keep forgetting the mom's name.
Oh.
This is totally a After Dark topic.
Aren't all the ladies?
They're all dead now.
They're all dead. Yeah.
I
Betty
think
White
he's
was...
Dorothy. I don't know. Maybe I'm Dorothy. I can't tell.
Stephanie, you strike me as Dorothy. I have a funny feeling that I'm
Blanche.
Yeah. No, not Blanche. No, I'm not that wild. I don't go to the movie theater. Come on, I can't be Blanche.
But you get down and freaky.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's that.
It's true.
Yeah, Corey's the mom. I don't know. I forgot her name.
Oh God.
Sophia.
Yep.
Yeah.
The crazy mom.
Sophia.
By the way,
She's crazy. She's the best character.
By the way, the snack du jour tonight is Cheez-It Bigs.
LeRon likes it big.
Sure.
I do.
You know, sometimes when it's too big, it hurts.
That's why it's going in his mouth.
I have a small mouth, but I'm just saying.
Oh.
This is not After Dark.
Sophia for LeRon.
Anyways,
how's that COVID infection?
It's gross. I don't recommend it. It hurts.
0 out of 5.
Okay, so how bad is your cough? Is it like the super phlegmy cough, or every time you like cough, like your chest like immediately starts killing you?
It's that. It's
oh no.
One. Yeah, and I can't get rid of this cough. My throat hurts. It's just it's not great. Do not recommend. I'm vaxxed and boosted. I would hate to see what would have happened if I was not.
If you were not, yeah.
Because two nights in a row I had a fever and chills and achy soreness and just man, I don't recommend it.
Well, prepare yourself because my roommate caught COVID 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's better now, but he says he gets winded doing stuff.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I have had shortness of breath. I got up from work yesterday, today, one of these days, and it just I felt like I ran a mile just going to the kitchen and coming back. It's not great.
It's ridiculous what COVID does to your lungs. It basically I think it uses the lungs in your the cells in your lungs to reproduce. That's where it reproduces at.
Yeah. So
I hope it doesn't turn to long COVID.
Long COVID. God damn.
Yeah, that was my kind of worry initially.
I feel bad for some of the people who have long COVID, but for some other people that have long COVID, you guys saw what you were supposed to fucking do. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Not recommended.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you weren't supposed to be going out to fucking wild ass beach parties and shit like every week, every day of the weekend and stuff like that. You sure as fuck weren't supposed to be walking around, in grocery stores and shopping centers and stuff without masks on and stuff like that. And yeah, so
Yeah. So I've been working from home all week. It's kind of been nice though. I mean, I've been helping my wife with, giving her a break from letting her go do actual work
Mhm.
and stuff. So yeah,
Oh, how are the kids? Like, wait, okay, your daughter was patient zero, and
yeah.
then you got it. Who else got it in your family?
Everybody got it.
Your
But
son?
yep,
How's he doing?
he is. I mean, he still has like a small fever, but he
I hear I,
wasn't.
I hear infants are resilient though. Well,
Yeah.
he's not an infant anymore technically.
Well,
He's more
he's
like
one.
okay.
I mean, it was more just like a normal baby fever cough thing. And my daughter was like really down for one day and she's fine
Must be
now. She's
nice.
totally back to normal and my wife is like she never really got a fever, but she was tired and you know,
Mm.
coughing a little bit and stuff, but I think my daughter and I got it the worst. And
Got
but
it.
mine's lasted longer.
It must be nice to be a child and have like and still have like your stem cells are all intact and all that stuff and like your immune system is fucking fresh so like you might get sick but it's gonna you might get sick but as soon as everybody else in the house is sick you're done.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's neat. But yeah, COVID is not recommended.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, like I've also been trying to like work through it,
Mhm.
because well, I want to.
Is the cough worse for you or is it the fatigue that's bad for you?
It's really the fatigue, I think.
Hmm.
Um, it's just it just won't go away. The cough and the shortness of breath are just like the two things that won't go away. So,
Damn, that sucks.
yeah. So, yeah. And as you can hear my son, he's crying, but because he's still sick too. Um,
Yeah, so I guess it's hard for him to like just concentrate on anything.
yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, somebody say something. I gotta go check on him real quick.
Okay. So, Stephanie,
Yes.
what is one thing that you wish you could do better in life?
One thing that I wish I could do better in life.
Mhm.
I know I was
This is
debating
not this
whether.
is this is not the topic, by the way. That scores like somebody say something, so it was like it was the first thing that popped in my mind.
No, I like that question because I first have to think about in two ways. Like, is it like an actual physical skill or is this like a personality thing that I'd like to improve?
Uh-huh.
And I think I wish I could be better at self confidence.
Hmm.
Like I'm not. I sound like I have zero confidence, and I've come a long way with many things. No, you know what? I take that back. I wish I wasn't as sensitive. I'm a very much an
Mm.
empath. I am an
Hmm.
empath. I am an INFJ, all these other silly little things. And, anytime anyone says something really mean or rude, um,
It just hits you all in the feels, right?
right. And like I contain myself. It's not like I project it onto other people, but then I just withdraw and I hold all of that in and then I just do the whole, "Oh, I'm worthless and I suck," and
Yeah.
whatever, and
I I am also an empathetic person, and like, and it's one of those things where it's like like sometimes my friends are going through shit, and I'm like, whose ass do I have to kick? And at the same time, I'm like, man, I'm so fucked up right now because you're fucked up.
yeah, I enjoy caring about people and being compassionate, but I wish I
Mhm.
didn't take on so much of what everyone else was feeling. I think that was a bit of a detriment to the last guy that I was dating, my ex, because he had a lot of issues and he would get extremely upset and he wouldn't see a therapist. So he
Mhm.
kind of I was his therapist, which already is not a smart idea.
Yeah.
And I don't criticize him for it, but because of all that negativity, it like really I absorb all that.
Mhm. Well, men of a certain age, and I'm gonna put myself in that in the same bracket as him. Like we didn't get taught how to deal with our emotions properly. Like
Yeah, I know.
it's crazy. Remember one night after dark, I was telling you about after my last breakup. All of a sudden, it seemed like I was no longer in control of my emotions. Like everything just like set me off. Like and not even like easily angered, but more like I get easily frustrated and sad. Behind stuff, and it's us Gen Xers, like we weren't taught how to deal with our feelings and process our feelings properly. And I also feel like like Gen Ys also had that problem. I can't really say Gen Zs. Gen Zs kind of have their shit together. Gen Zs and millennials kind of have their shit together as
I
far
don't
as
know.
like.
I feel like Gen Z doesn't give no shits about nothing. I feel like there's zero empathy. I'm not saying they're bad people. I just don't think empathy is a strong trait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, but I think that makes sense for Gen X because he was a Gen X. He's literally like your age, which,
Yeah.
but I have to choose. Do I date older men because they're mature but don't show their feelings, or do I date men my age that
I know. Isn't that crazy?
that they talk to me only on Snapchat, and I don't like that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's more after dark. But anyway, but before, I know Corey's back, but I want to ask you the same question, LeRon. What's one thing you'd like to improve by yourself?
I'm gonna take the more lighthearted approach. I would love to improve my capability to argue so that I win the arguments more versus having to like revisit them in the shower or in the middle of the night when I'm trying to go to sleep.
You know what? That's a good one. I'm the same way. I have like I'm very slow to my responses, and I think of like really great points hours later.
Also, one of the things that's kind of crazy about me is like I'm really good with words and stuff like that, but I'm not the best with words like in the moment, so like if I'm having an argument and stuff like that, I feel like I need to get my points out as quickly as possible because like it immediately degrades into me like and why is it like I wind up becoming one of those people like I kind of stammer, after the argument's gotten to a point, and this is why I do not like arguing with people who are arguing on the irrational side because like I'm trying to approach this with logic and you're being a fucktard right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was my thing. Like I've got other stuff more serious like like I wish I didn't procrastinate as much, but I think that's part of but I don't know, like I'm not superstitious, but
you're a little stitious.
Yeah, because it's funny, like I look at like stuff with my zodiac sign and stuff like that, and like I'm like I see all these traits, I'm like, yep, that's me. Yep, sure enough, it's funny.
Gemini, right?
Yeah, Gemini.
Hey, yep. Corey, what's one thing you'd want to improve about yourself?
I guess something I would like to improve about myself, I guess, is communicate better, I guess, with people. I feel like that's still something that I don't do very well. And I think I've gotten a lot better at it, but I feel like there's certain situations and certain things where I should probably improve on, especially when it comes to this and, other things that are going on with this, like that's probably something I should improve on and work on. And I'm working on it, but, not perfect at it yet, obviously.
Basically we're a room full of people who do not like confrontation.
No, we do not. We hate it.
I mean, I don't like confrontation, but if I have no other choice but to be confrontational, I'll do it.
Well, the thing with me is like, if I'm really angry or someone makes me angry, I will. I don't want to say I ignore someone, but I will like wait to respond until I cool down, or like it might even be the next day.
I'm the same way.
Which I know isn't necessarily the best thing, but also I really don't want to look like a dick either, when I respond.
Yeah. I'm the same way because like I feel like the most endearing part of me and it's actually stuff that people told me is that I am diplomatic, like
people told you you're endearing.
No, the most endearing part of me the most endearing thing about me is that I'm diplomatic in situations that do call for diplomacy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like somebody's upset and they want to just come at you about some shit, and I'm sitting here like, I'm upset now, but I'm also not going to open my mouth right now because like I will come out looking like an absolute asshole to you if I start responding to you right here in the moment.
Yeah. And but then like you turn around and realize that, well, maybe you look like an asshole for not responding at all,
or much worse, you look weak.
Yeah. And so
because you
like
didn't do shit.
you gotta find, I mean, not you, and I mean, generalized, you just gotta find a way to find that balance faster, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's something that I have experienced recently and should probably do a better job of figuring that out at some point. Just because, like, I don't want to be, I want to be a better person and a better leader, and that's not real. That's communication is a trait that good leaders have, and I still need to work on a lot of that,
Yeah. Now, one thing I will say, and I guess we can like move on because this wasn't really a topic. This was more like just a space filler while you took care of the little one.
Well, it's a topic now. Just kidding.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it really did turn into a topic. The one thing I will say is like the fact that we're all like are able to empathize and stuff with people. Like we actually see when like someone's just being a complete douche and wanting to be confrontational. We understand why they're coming that way, and stuff like that. But at the same time, it almost blindsides us because like we're almost like, do we need to coddle you right now? Is that what it takes? Do we need to put on like the oven mitts and stuff and handle you a certain way?
Yeah. And I mean, I try to be like reasonable, but when I respond to people, I try to be reasonable but firm especially when it comes to this stuff. I don't like it when people attack me for certain things, that definitely rubs me the wrong way, and I won't respond right away to that either.
Yeah.
But
because it's not a productive means of communication just by purely attacking, and I wish I was better at being firm myself, and I think it was partially my personality, partially the way I was raised, because raised growing up, I was not allowed to talk back to nobody. I was beaten to submission in a sense about that. But I always admire a little bit the extent of how my mom is, because my mom's a firecracker. Something she don't like, someone doesn't treat her right, she has no problem ripping their fucking throat out. Well, I might not want to go to that extreme, but she's brave, and I admire that.
This is a conversation we have for another night or for a different show. Because parental styles of like generations past, like it's intriguing and it's also scary. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I mean, like I guarantee you, a lot of our listeners are probably saying like, when I become a parent, I'm not gonna do half the shit that my parents did to me.
I've definitely said that, and I've definitely caught myself doing things that my parents have done to me. So that never, any potential parents out there, I'm going to tell you right now, you're lying to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, we try our best though. I say we try our best, like I'm a parent, like I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, I level set with myself because I still have a little bit of old school Asian, like that I believe in. Like I do believe that a lot of kids in America are really spoiled. Like I'm just gonna say right now.
Oh yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Come at me. Kids here are spoiled. But I'm also not gonna beat them with a bamboo stick. So I'm like, I will find a balanced way to raise my child.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I guess the other thing I wish I was better at was like knowing what is too much in terms of things that I do and things that I'm currently doing, because I'm terrible at that, and sometimes it stresses me out with how, like, not saying that I don't enjoy what we do, but I do find myself sometimes thinking that, oh man, we are doing too much sometimes. And yeah, I do. I wish I had a better sense of like, hey, you should probably not add something else, or you should probably stop something so you have more time for other things,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, step one, you have that level of self-awareness. Lots of people don't even get that far.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't ever stop myself. So how real is it?
Well, that's step 2. We're gonna work on that.
All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and end this therapy session now because this is the wrong show for that. Well, I told you guys I had a topic, so like, do we still want to run with it? Because like, it's more like a surprise topic because y'all are gonna hate me when I tell you what the topic is.
I did more than just have COVID this weekend.
Oh, that's right. We never. You broke the cycle when you got up and walked away. That's what happened. So
it's
please
fine.
continue.
Nope, it's fine.
No.
Talk.
I mean, there's nothing really much to say. I played a lot of Fire Emblem, Three Houses, and Death's Door.
How is it?
Or Three Hopes, I guess. Surprisingly, I'm into it like a lot. I think Shez, the main character of the game, I'm playing as the female version of the character, and she's awesome. She's so cool. She's so sassy, and she's so like badass and confident, and she wields 2 swords that are cool, and it's just I really like her as a character. I'm intrigued by the storyline because they're kind of positioning the main character of Three Houses as the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And spoilers for Three Houses, I guess, definitely not in multiple ways of that storyline. But yeah, I really like it. I'm not a Warriors fan. Like, I stopped playing Age of Calamity after like 3 hours. I stopped playing Fire Emblem Warriors, the first one, after the second level. I stopped playing Hyrule Warriors after the second level. And I've played. I know.
Her cat has the best.
The stray harness.
Keep going. I'm sorry. Like her cat literally broke the mood.
No, it's fine. I had to catch my breath anyway because it's bad, guys.
Hold on, Stephanie. Hold on. There we go. Never mind. I was just about to tell you, like turn Paxel around so I can see it. How does she like it? Because I feel like she probably fought you the first time you tried to put it on her.
No,
she was chill.
Put it on her. Yeah, she's chill. Yeah.
Oh.
She is such a good cat.
Okay.
She's the closest thing to a dog that I can get before
awesome.
actually getting a dog.
Does she fetch?
She used to. She would fetch her little spring toys, and it would go back and forth, back and forth. I think it's just because she's an old curmudgeon now. And now she's back to her cat-like ways. But when she was the first couple years, she would fetch, and we'd walk her outside. She does sit and shake hands.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. I like when cats are really cool. I see the people they put their hand up, the cat high fives them and shit. I'm like, man, every cat I've either had or come across does not do that shit. As a matter of fact, if I put my hand out for like a high five, it'll probably start and swat me or claw it, before it even like tries to dap or pound you.
Yeah, see, Corey, some cats are cool.
But
anyway, back to Fire Emblem.
I'll tell you when I see one.
Warriors.
Yeah, I just am really enjoying it. They actually did a really good job of implementing Fire Emblem strategy into an action game, which is really cool. And again, they let you pick your house, right? Just like the first game. And
what makes these games so popular, though? I don't understand, because like I outgrew like the Dynasty Warriors stuff.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm not a big Warriors fan either. Like, I've only played the Zelda and the Fire Emblem ones, and I stopped playing those after, like I said, like a couple missions. But this, I'm just like, I don't know what it is. There's just something about it that I'm.
Well,
into.
no, these games used to be hot like back in the PS1 and PS2 days, and like
yeah.
I know for sure I outgrew them in PS2 days. Like I was tired of playing them, but I started playing them by the time like we got to like number 6 of Dynasty Warriors and number 4 of Samurai Warriors. I was like, I'm sick of this shit.
Well, you know why? It's because they've gone after franchises that have huge fan bases. So even if they don't like that mechanic, so if they don't like that mechanic, they'll still buy it because it's their franchise, like Zelda and Fire Emblem. I really think that's it.
Yeah, I mean that is it. I mean, like look how well Persona 5 Strikers sold. It sold like 5 million
Now,
copies.
I would make an exception for that one.
It's
so I feel like Persona 5 Strikers, I feel like they were even though like it has like the warrior style like like mechanics to it, I feel like it actually looks and feels more like a Bayonetta game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it. I was waiting to play Persona 5 before I played Strikers because it's a direct sequel. Not that I'll ever finish Persona 5 ever, but
Yeah, because I hear that game takes like 200 hours to beat.
yeah,
What?
it's not that long, but
No,
it's
I've heard it's an involved game.
the platinum to get the platinum trophy is 140 hours, I've heard. So yeah, anyways, I really like Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Again, I know it's not going to be for everyone, but if you like that world and those characters and if you want to interact with those characters again in a way that is, fun but also kind of mindless, it's a good one. So I'm playing on. There's also 3 different difficulties. There's story mode, which is like, you barely take any damage and you kill everything in like 2 hits. Which is what I'm playing on because I want to see the story. I don't care about this crap. And then there's like extreme mode, and then you can also do the whole I want my characters to die thing, and that's also still around.
My characters to die thing.
Yeah. Like if they die in battle, they die forever.
Oh yeah, they're gone forever. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second.
So yeah, I really like it. I've also been playing Death's Door, which, oh my gosh, I can't believe I waited so long to play this game. I love this game.
Aw.
It's so cool. It's so fun. It doesn't feel like an indie game. Like, it just feels like an isometric AAA kind of. So I've actually gotten into, like, what you would probably consider like a Zelda dungeon. It feels like a Zelda game in the dungeon design, and it's so fun. It is so fun. It's like, I don't know how big this team was that made this game, but bravo to them, because it is a must play. If you own any console or PC, whatever you own, it is a must play, hands down.
Are you playing it on Xbox?
I'm playing
Switch?
on Switch.
How is it running on Switch?
It runs better in docked mode than it does in handheld mode. But most games do. It does run at 60 frames in docked mode and 1080p, but in handheld mode it runs sub 720 and 30 frames, I think. Or it tries to. There's been a few dips I've noticed here and there, but overall, like, highly recommended. It's also on Xbox Game Pass if you have it. PC Game Pass.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's on some sort of PlayStation subscription somewhere at some point.
It's coming to PS5. Wait, I think it already came out to PS5. I think it just came this month. Actually, no, it's not out yet. I think it comes out next month, July.
Yeah. I love just the character interaction and like it does a good job of balancing a serious story with like funny things that happen in the world, and I like games that do that. Destiny does that a lot, where like the story they're telling is trying to be serious, but then you see someone like play the sad trombone while somebody else is like hitting somebody else with a fake baseball bat, and it's funny. So, it's little things like that I really like. The combat is super fun. It's very kind of attack, read the enemy's pattern, dodge when you can. So, yeah, highly recommended. If you haven't played it, I definitely would. Those are the 2 games I'm really focused on right now. I want to beat at least one of them. So,
I think Death's Door would probably be the one you beat first.
Oh yeah,
it's the shorter adventure.
Well, it's to 100% the game. It's only 15 hours. So, and then Fire Emblem I think is like 40 or 50. I guess if you want to complete it. It says. I don't know what complete means, but yeah, it's a good time. All right, well that's all I'm gonna talk about for now. Then I guess. Watched a bunch of kids movies, but nobody really cares about that.
No, we don't.
I know.
Well, now you got me thinking Death's Door. I think I'm
Oh,
gonna fire that up on my Xbox.
do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna open
I
your super cool limited edition?
No, I kind of want to start keeping some of that stuff sealed.
Why?
Like
Are you
I
gonna sell it
downloaded.
later?
Maybe.
Why?
Dude, there's a copy of Limited Run Oxenfree because it's one of like the earlier games that they released. It's selling for over $100 sealed.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
a little.
most games do. I mean, most limited. There's ones that are worth more than that.
No, I know. So I'm just saying, like, just something as simple as that. So I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe I should save a couple of these.
The limited run versions, like during the pandemic, this limited run versions of Ukulele and Super Meat Boy were both over $200.
Jeez. But I mean, what do I know? Like, maybe, this is a bubble, right? That, like, maybe in 10 years, none of these games are going to be worth jack. It's just only because we went through a pandemic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Who knows?
Who really knows? Like, I used to like care about that stuff. Like, oh, I should probably keep stuff in the box, or I should probably keep it sealed. But I'm like, I'm never gonna get rid of this stuff. Like, why do I care so much about it being sealed? And then I was just like, well, I'm gonna open it. So, anyways, LeRon, what's your topic?
Yeah, I like this surprise factor that you are promising.
All right, so last night, as you guys know, Story released an article a couple days ago about nostalgia in video games and stuff like that.
The taint tickler.
Yeah, and last night we highlighted and we talked about some stuff on Crossroads behind it too. Which, by the way, the episode's out now on my YouTube channel. It'll be up in the morning for it'll be up in the morning for bossrush.net. But I'm going to take a slightly different route. It's still nostalgia and video game related, but guys, give me 2, maybe 3 games that the soundtrack is the drive for why you played the game.
Soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And you know what's crazy now? You know what's crazy? Like modern games now, like soundtracks are there, and but soundtracks are more like scores for games. It's no longer like like the background music for your games. Like think of games think like The Legend of Zelda and the overworld theme. Think of Mega Man. Any of the Mega Man games, every boss stage had a different song. Like battle music from various old school RPGs and stuff like that.
All right, I'll start.
Okay.
The very first Kingdom Hearts game that came out on PS2.
Kingdom Hearts has killer soundtrack. Sanctuary is one of my favorite
bought their
songs.
CDs. So like I would actually listen to their soundtrack even when I'm not playing the game. And well, obviously there's the simple and clean. But there's like also the game's version of all the Disney songs. So like
I honestly think like it appeals more to Disney people than it does to Final Fantasy people as far as the soundtrack goes. I really feel that way,
That's a fair assumption, and I am a Disney person, so that's why I said like a double, triple threat, because I'm nostalgic for the old Kingdom Hearts, because now I'm just Kingdom Hearts. But I feel nostalgic over the original game, and I'm nostalgic for Disney, so it's like a 1-2 punch for me, hands down. So that's one of the first games that came to mind.
Mm-hmm. Corey, what's one of yours?
Man, I don't really know because I don't really pay attention to music.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Like there was
what do you pay attention to like in your games? Is it gameplay? Is it story? Is it environment?
Well, it's usually gameplay, or I mean, if I'm playing a game with a story, I pay attention to the story. But like, I just don't really pay attention to the music. I'm not a music guy. Like I know people are like, how can you not listen to music? I just don't, like I just don't care about it, and there were times where like I would just turn the sound off on my games and listen to a podcast. Like
Some people do that. I don't know
That's
how, but
that's weird. I can't listen to something, like a podcast
Oh,
and
I
play
do
a
all the
video game
time,
at the same time. Like,
especially when I'm playing something like Destiny or something along those lines. Like,
so you do not have ADD or ADHD. You're not one of those people.
I mean, I don't know if I do or I don't, but
You're probably not. You're probably not on the spectrum either. And I said it jokingly because like every now and then I'll take those tests and I'm like, oh my god, I have Asperger's.
I know. I think that sometimes, but I don't really know, and I don't really want to make assumptions because I know that people go through really hard times with stuff like that. So,
Yeah. No, you need to let yeah, we just need to let professionals diagnose us and not self-diagnose.
I mean, I'm super OCD
Well, this is
with certain things, but like, yeah, when it comes to like music and stuff, especially for games like Destiny or Mario or something like that, I will turn the sound off and listen to a podcast because for some reason podcasts help me concentrate and focus on things
you
that are
know,
extremely difficult.
you know, you mentioned Mario games, and I gotta say, like Mario, like the Mario games like are so generic in the fact that like it's the same song for every stage. Like some of it slightly changes per level and stuff like that, but it's typically the same song per every stage. Like um, it's funny because like I get into arguments with people all the time about like I think the greatest song from any Super Mario soundtrack is the Super Mario 64 the castle theme.
yes, that's the first
I
song that
think
plays in my head
I
when you
could
say Mario.
I think it's
I
the
couldn't even tell you what that theme is.
dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun.
dun, dun.
Oh, that?
See?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, because like I mean, I don't know, maybe it's because I played too many hours of the original Super Mario Brothers game, but I hate that song.
Hmm.
And I hate when it shows up in like modern Mario games now. It's like, "Oh my God." I'm like,
No.
"Can we just replace that with the new Super Mario Brothers theme?" Cuz I love something about that one that I just love.
Hmm.
You know,
I But
that one.
for me, it's like if you don't notice the music, that means it's doing something good, like atmospherically for me, right? Like, I mean,
That's a different take.
I don't always play Destiny with the sound off, right? Like, especially when I'm playing with my friends or whatever, like I'll keep the sound on and stuff. But like or if I'm playing a campaign or a new mission for the first time, I will definitely keep the sound on because I want to know what's going on and how it's impacting the story and why is this character here even though they died like 5 years ago or whatever, right? Like I want to know what's going on.
You're a lore freak.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
dude. I have the first 4 Destiny lore books and they're all over 300 pages long.
So video game lore is what gets you hot and bothered.
I
We're
also
gonna
have both versions of Hyrule Historia, the one
I
that
have
we're gonna revisit that. We're gonna revisit the whole thing about video game lore because I tell you what, I thought I knew a whole bunch of stuff about lore, and then Stephanie sent this my way for my birthday, and it's like, oh my God.
Well, I'm excited because Destiny is moving into like the multimedia range for real for like the first time. Like they put out a couple comics and stuff,
Oh,
but like
you're gonna be one of those guys because you hate Halo, so you're gonna be one of those guys.
they're going to be the ones that keep me subscribed to Netflix because they're going to put out a 6-episode anthology or something that will
Mhm.
only be available there or something, and it'll be just ridiculous. But
And I've said this before too. Like I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off. I keep saying this though. Like I actually enjoyed Halo, but it's probably because I don't have that much of attachment to the actual gaming franchise. So like I didn't see all this stuff that the Halo fans are just like this is damning.
yeah, I mean, I
Oh, you
like
haven't watched it yet, have you?
what the show.
Halo.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
subscribing to
Okay.
Paramount Plus for one show that seems to be mediocre at best.
Corey, there are 11 different Star Trek shows
I
on Paramount Plus.
I
Do
don't
it.
care about Star Trek.
I don't know if you can convert them, LeRon.
The only
I'm not
Star
trying.
Trek, the only Star Trek thing I've ever seen was that first reboot movie, and I thought it was really good. And I was like, man, I would like a sequel, and I never watched them.
Well, in my opinion, you should skip the second movie and just go straight to the third.
But
I hated the
I
second
am
movie.
watching the Orville though. That's what that was the other thing I started.
I need to get back.
How do you like it? How do you like it? How do you like
I
it?
love
I
the
have a huge
Orville.
crush on Seth MacFarlane.
I love that show.
Really, I'm watching this show for Scott Grimes.
I'm watching it for Adrian Pilecki, but that's
Oh, she's hot.
Yes.
different.
Yes.
I like them both.
Yeah.
Also, the person that got me to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for some reason. Not LeRon.
Oh, yeah, but you gotta get to season.
I know
3
that.
for that.
I know that.
Stephanie, I have one question for you. So Seth's and Adrian's characters, because I can't remember their names like in the show because it's been so long since I've seen the show.
It's been a while.
Have they fixed their dysfunctions in season 3 now, or are they still?
Season 2 is the because we're waiting on season 3,
no,
right?
season 3's
Wait,
out.
no, Horizon's out.
New Horizons
out.
is out. That's why I started watching it because it's all on Hulu now.
I am a bad fan, so I have not started season 3.
I'm like,
okay, never mind.
I'm like 5 or 6. I'm like 5 or 6.
I haven't started season 2, so
I need to start watching it tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it next week.
I'm in I'm still in the first season. I'm like halfway through the first season. I just got through the episode where the all male race, had their baby issue, and
and it was
yeah,
that tackled like a serious issue. I was like,
damn. Yeah, like it's crazy because like the Orville, like Seth MacFarlane's a huge Star Trek fan and stuff like that. So I feel like the foundation of the Orville is based on like the storytelling style of Star Trek, except with the Seth MacFarlane twist because
it totally is.
Yeah, like yeah, definitely, and I think that's the beauty of it because like I feel like like the same people. There's something to be said about it. I'm not gonna get into the meta of it because like we're talking about one thing. I don't want to start getting into the meta of science fiction because like y'all know I'm a fucking sci-fi nerd. But yeah, Stephanie, I plan, if I do it right, I can probably be completely caught up on the Orville by the end of summer. That including season 3, because like you kind of got me back interested in it. Like you sent me one text, it was like, "Hey, are you watching the Orville?" And I was like, "No, should I be watching the Orville?" I was watching the Orville at one point.
But here's my one quick thing about those two characters. Part of me doesn't want them to get back together, and
I don't want them to get back together either. But I'm just saying, have they kind of like gotten over their shit? Because
I think
they have baggage.
It's friends.
Yeah, they have baggage, and it's like, and I'm like, in what military organization do you ever put like some ex-spouses together in the same command? Like that's crazy. That's crazier than putting actual spouses at the same command.
Yeah. No, they're on good terms.
All right, so let's see. So Corey really doesn't have any music.
I mean, I can point out tracks that I like, I guess.
Okay, point out a track.
I mean, the first level in Shovel Knight always comes to mind.
You would pick a game I have not played because I can't place it.
Oh man, that first level's track is awesome. I also like the Deep Stone Lullaby in Destiny is really great, especially with just the like the main version that's just piano and like string instruments. It's really nice. I really like Sanctuary. If we're talking about Kingdom Hearts, I think that's
Sanctuary, the KH2 theme.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I didn't like Sanctuary as much as I like Simple and Clean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they're probably about even for me, to be honest.
I swear though, like all those fanboys though, they got like some legit nerd boners the first time they heard that song, and I was like, it's a good song, but I prefer Simple and Clean.
The new song is weird. The one for 3.
Apparently, Utada came out of retirement to do that song for KH3 because she hasn't done anything in a while.
Yeah, and they did it with what, Skrillex, I think. They remixed it with Skrillex or something.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. So, because when they first started developing that game, Skrillex became a thing and then became not a thing in the time that game was in development.
Skrillex did what he wanted to do. He got his name out there, and then he went straight to producing, which is probably one of the best things he could have done.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, he legit revitalized Justin Bieber's career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, LeRon, what soundtrack of a game makes you feel nostalgic?
I'm gonna pass by the obvious ones because I would honestly I'd automatically say the Mega Man 2 and 3 soundtracks. I'm gonna pass by those. Final
Mega
Fantasy
Man has
Tactics.
some good music though.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics, the original soundtrack for that. It did a good job of having medieval music, and stuff like that. But it also had this way. Square Enix, back in the day, had this magic about doing orchestral style soundtracks and stuff like that. And nowadays they're modern soundtracks. You gotta do one more, Stephanie?
Nope, two's enough. Two's enough.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just chug it.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy Tactics soundtrack is one soundtrack I can lean on heavily and stuff like that. It's not the heaviest rotation in my musical playlist and stuff like that, but man, it's especially the opening overture when you start the game. Oh my god, that music just it gets you ready for a big ass adventure that could take you more than 100 hours.
Nice. I'll have to check it out. I'm really big into video game soundtracks. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to ask Corey. Didn't I send you a copy of the Einhander soundtrack?
Mm-mm.
I thought I did. Okay, maybe not.
I don't even know what Einhander is.
Watch I go to share folder and it's in there for you.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, Einhander is the one and only shoot 'em up game that Square Enix has ever done.
Oh. Are you sure you didn't send it to Ed? He's the shoot 'em up guy.
Well, I know Ed got. I know I sent a copy of it to Ed. I also sent a copy of it to Austin, but I could have sworn I sent one to you. I sent it to you too, but maybe I didn't. But that's another soundtrack. But I wasn't going to name that one because that's so obvious, and anyone that's tracked me since I've been with Boss Rush and been on these podcasts, they know I love that soundtrack. All right, so Stephanie, what were you about to say?
I forget.
I killed your vibe. I'm so sorry.
No. I realized I was interrupting, and I offered to shut up, and I just have really bad short-term memory.
Don't we all?
I do.
Well, it's back around to you anyway, Stephanie. Give us another one.
Well, this will be obvious to you guys, but I guess I'll talk about it because it is a genuine answer. It would be the Legend of Zelda in general franchise, because I went through a period. I'm not sure. Ever since I started my new job, maybe I'm just too tightly wound. I can't have any distractions. But generally, when I am working or if I am writing, I will go on YouTube. I will put up any of the following Legend of Zelda soundtracks: the Ocarina of Time soundtrack, Link Between Worlds soundtrack, Wind Waker soundtrack, Twilight Princess soundtrack, Skyward Sword soundtrack. The one that makes me most nostalgic, obviously, would be Ocarina of Time. I used to have this kind of a fantasy. I know that's probably the weird word to say, because I went to, when I was married, his friend's house. They had this iPad thing in the wall, and they would just press a few buttons, and then music will play in the house. I'm like, damn, that's awesome. I was like, what if I could do that? And every time I walk in my house, the house theme song would play. Just for a couple beats. There's a house theme that plays in Ocarina of Time that's just, it makes me the most nostalgic. It's very calming, soothing, but got a little bit of a nice beat that would just make me so happy every time I walk in the house. But yeah, I can think of every single theme or song from Ocarina of Time, even to the songs that you're taught. Love all of them.
Now I will say this, even though I'm not a fan of Ocarina of Time, I did like its soundtrack. I've heard the soundtrack, and it's man, this is a really good soundtrack. It's a great soundtrack for at the time a modern Zelda game.
Yep, and this is how much I love Zelda music. I went to the Symphony of the Goddesses.
I bet that was amazing.
I went to them twice because the second time they had Breath of the Wild stuff. So I'm like, I'm clearly going back again.
Mhm.
It is amazing. They have like gameplay footage while they're playing music, and it's like fully orchestrated. It's beautiful. Where was I going with that? I don't know, but yeah, that's how much of a fan I am of. Oh, I would like someday that the Zelda franchise will come out with another game where the mechanics surround music again.
Yeah.
I really
didn't they
think
do
that's
that with Cadence of Hyrule? Didn't they do that?
okay, but you have to play to the. I'm not good. No, not even as a beat game. I just mean like Ocarina of Time. You know how you have songs that transport you places.
Mm.
I would like something like that. Just it doesn't have to be a source of transport. Just be nice.
Huh.
Anyway, so that's my big one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Zelda, I guess, would be a game that, the music makes you nostalgic. But, like, again, like, I can't ever point to, like, one track and be like, oh, that's where I heard that before. Like, I don't know. I wish I was better at that kind of stuff. I'm just not.
You don't have to be. It's just
there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, certain aspects of video games like hit people certain ways and stuff like that. Like I've always felt like like the music is probably the one part that always latches onto me like the quickest in video games. Like I feel like if you have a good soundtrack, I'm going to like your game automatically. Unless the gameplay is just absolute trash. You know what I mean? Because let me see. Like for example, like fighting games. Like I think fighting games, like a true testament to a good fighting game is how good their soundtrack is.
I agree.
Like yeah. So if you look at games like all this, like the old school Street Fighter games, like Tekken games have some amazing soundtracks. Oh my God! I have every Tekken soundtrack from Tekken 3 up. In my collection right now. Like shit. Like I love the tag tournament soundtracks. They're some of the best soundtracks from the Tekken series. Like people will argue with me about that because back when Tekken used to be like a PlayStation exclusive, the games would come out in the arcades. And the arcades would have a soundtrack, but then when it came to consoles, they would do remix versions of all the stages and stuff like that. And I used to get into terrible arguments with my friends because Tekken Tag Tournament 2's arcade soundtrack, in my opinion, is leagues better than Tekken Tag Tournament's PlayStation soundtrack. And and the Tekken Tag Tournament PlayStation soundtrack is amazing. But I like electronic. I like EDM music. I do. I said EDM. That's a double. That was a double. That was a. What's that? When you basically say the same word twice.
Oh, I don't know, but
Yeah. But I love EDM and the Tekken Tag Tournament arcade soundtrack. The first one was definitely very high stylized, like EDM drum and bass, and that's the type of music I was in. And so like the remixes came out on the PS. Wow, that's a big kitty.
that's the Russian cat.
That's the Russian cat.
Her name is Lusa.
Lusa. Oh, nice name.
She's the one that behaves like an actual cat and doesn't like it when you grab her and rub her belly like I'm doing now.
Oh, so she's about to start fighting.
Yeah, she has no choice. Look at
Yeah.
her. She's so happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so but my friends swear up and down like the PlayStation soundtrack for Tekken Tag Tournament is better. And then once like Namco like started putting them on multi-platform and stuff like that, all the games just had one soundtrack, which they're all fucking bangers in my opinion. Like it started with Tekken 6, and Tekken 6 is a weak soundtrack there, but Tekken Tag Tournament 2 made up for it. And Tekken 7 soundtrack is just amazing.
I'm not a big fan of EDM, but if you pair it with the right game, it actually I think enhances it, especially since I'm not like the biggest fan of fighting games. It helps when they got a banging soundtrack. I do feel like soundtracks, music, whatever, like it heavily influences my experience of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, the Equation Slayer over in our chat was he said he's currently playing the Metroid Dread soundtrack, and
Ooh.
was super disappointed with the music in it. And I agree with that because like Metroid games have been known for having like really good like atmospheric soundtracks and stuff like that. But there was something about Dread I just could not latch on to. Like even the boss music wasn't even. It just sounded like elevator music.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if it helps, I don't really recall any of it, so yeah, it must not have
Exactly. There was nothing memorable about it. You know what I mean? But maybe that's because like like the maybe it's because like Metroid Dread is a new game built from the ground up basically, and we don't have like nostalgia to factor into it because like most of the other previous Metroid games have been basically remakes. You know what I mean? So like yeah, like we latch on Zero Mission, was basically remix music from the original Metroid game, which if you love the original Metroid game, which that game had a banging soundtrack back in the day on NES, chiptune was amazing. Chiptune style music was amazing. And hearing remixes of like the Metroid soundtrack or hearing or even hearing like like upscaled versions of like Link to the Past, like an upscale version of that. It was technically the same, but there was different like instrumentation in it, and it was like, man, like that's why I love the Game Boy Advance version more, and I love the original Super NES version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. We can. You know what? We can kind of like let it go right there. I don't want to torture Corey anymore. Like,
What are you torturing me for?
Trying to pull more music nostalgia out of you.
No, it's fine. I went on a little bit of a coughing fit just now, so I just muted myself for a while.
Oh, can I throw in one more thing, even though it's Zelda related? And
yeah,
it's not nostalgia because it's not an old game, but I'm telling you, it will turn into one if all the factor is the number of years, because it gives me goosebumps every time. Like if that song were a man, anyway, or a woman, I guess, whatever. It's the Breath of the Wild trailer song, the second trailer, like the really thematic one, like when they, I don't know, it's super dramatic. All I know is that every time I heard that trailer's music, my skin would crawl. I would just get all tingly.
You know what? I will say one more because the Equation Slayer when they mentioned the Metroid Dread soundtrack, I had to think for a second. Like if anyone played Metroid Prime, remember when you got to the ice section of the game, like that music was fucking fire. It wasn't even anything like it was like a crazy ass dance beat or anything like that. It was like super like moody, and it was like, man, like you could just stand in a safe place and just listen to it play for hours.
Nice.
Also the ice stage and the map for Super Mario 3 for the ice zone. Wait, was it Super Mario 3? Yeah. Yeah. I think it was that. Yeah. I don't know which world that was. Super Mario. Yeah, the Phendrana Drifts. There we go. That was the Metroid Prime one. Super Mario 3 soundtrack. Watch all this shit be like DCM made by Nintendo.
I mean, most of it is, so. I mean, they just hit a bunch of creators with stuff again.
Well, what were they creating? What were they making them take down?
I forget. Like a lot of it had to do with music and assets.
Yeah, just their original soundtracks. I think like a lot of them were that, which is unfortunate.
Which is why we don't do Let's Plays on the Boss Rush Network, because I know most of it would be Nintendo. And yes, the Mario Party stuff that we did and posted got hit with like. I mean,
that's what we get for having a group of people who are like Nintendo friendly.
I mean, I wish we could do all of that stuff. I just don't want all this stuff to go away. Like there's too many things on our channel that I would be devastated if it just like ended. one day, you know.
So not to ask a dumb question. So if we did a Let's Play of Ocarina of Time, had no audio from Ocarina of Time, just us playing.
No. You could do straight up games.
We can't monetize it. That's the thing.
Oh, but we wouldn't.
I know we wouldn't, but
here's
like,
here's what happen, like,
there's stuff on the channel that Ed and I did like 4 or 5 years ago before Boss Rush was even a thing, and it's still getting. I still get emails from it like, oh, there's a claim on your YouTube channel. It might be banned in some countries, or you can't monetize it, but we're gonna put ads on it anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that. That's not even that. In my opinion, that's not even a headache until you get a message from YouTube saying like you need to take it down or you're going to get a strike. Then there's the problem,
Yeah, no, I know that, but it's just like I hate getting those emails, like, and I still get them for stuff.
Well, I hate getting them too, but at the same time, it's like if it's not threatening your channel, like leave it, like don't worry about it. I have a copyright claim right now for like a couple videos because like. Y'all see the production value I put into Crossroads now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got a copyright claim from fucking Rockstar. Oh, excuse me. I got a copyright claim from Rockstar for using like trailer content from Grand Theft Auto 5 and stuff like that. I got a copyright claim and it's just a notification saying you can't monetize this video. And I was like, there's a part of me that's like, I feel like I should dispute this, but I'm gonna leave it the fuck alone for right now. But the next time I get one, we're gonna have a problem because I'm gonna dispute it.
Wow.
Oh, speaking of disputes and stuff like that, did y'all hear about the dude that was spoofing the Destiny stuff?
Yeah, I mean that's been going on. That's been going on for a long time. We talked a little bit about it on Tower Casuals. But...
They're taking his ass to court now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, I think they're suing him for like $8 million in damages.
I think it's 13.5 million.
Oh shit, that number got. Yeah, no, dude was spoofing. He was spoofing YouTube accounts, and he was putting out copyright claims on everything that was related to Destiny 2,
Mm-hmm.
and even to the point where Bungie themselves were getting fucking takedown notices for their own shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
okay. Well, he sounds like he was being a real dick about it.
Yeah, he was being a dick because I think something. If I read it correctly, it wasn't that he was banned or something, but something happened with like his account and stuff.
He got a strike from Bungie for using their stuff, even though like their stuff is pretty open, and he got a claim saying that Bungie copyright struck him or whatever, and even though they didn't, I forget.
What did he do?
I don't know, but Bungie didn't do it. What is the ultimate thing? Because they're really open
YouTube's algorithm got him.
Yeah, they're really open about letting people use their assets, their stuff. Like Bife, the My Name is Bife is a huge lore channel on YouTube, like huge. Like if you want to know what's going on in Destiny, he has thousands of videos just diving into the lore of Destiny, right? And like he made a whole fan-made hour-and-a-half movie about the rise of the Hive and Oryx and Savathun, and like
I love it,
and it was awesome. It's called Dynasty. Even if you're not into Destiny, you should see the production of this fan film.
Wait, what's his channel? I'm about to go find it right now because you mentioned this a lot.
Yeah,
and I'm so sick of. I just opened up the YouTube homepage. I'm so sick of all these people who have early copies of Monster Hunter Rise. They've been putting up content for the last 24
Maybe you should
hours.
have reached out to Capcom, LeRon, and been like, "Hey, I'm an influencer."
I tried actually. I really did.
I wonder how hard it is to be an influencer. I mean, I reached out to Devolver Digital once, and they're not even as big as Capcom, and I did not hear anything.
We're influencers right now. Like with all the shit we do week in and week out and stuff like that. Like we have a website that's associated with like all the stuff that we do and all this stuff. We're technically influencers right now. But I think what Capcom wanted from me is they wanted to see me actually putting up content relevant to their stuff and not just having like a 4 minutes. Oh, I'm gushing about Monster Hunter, segment. On these various shows. So I am going to stream more Monster Hunter content because Monster Hunter 6
the thing is the first time you get something for free from them and you say something that they don't like, they're never going to work with you again.
And I don't fucking care. Oh, well, because that's the thing about it too. That's the thing about it too. Like, I'm not going to kowtow to these people. Yeah, y'all are paying my bills. But if you're trying to get me to say something that I don't agree with, I'm not going to do it. So yeah, you can stop sending me that paycheck right now.
Yeah. I mean,
integrity.
Yep.
Honestly, we call ourselves influencers, so we have to have integrity, and we also have to be integral to our trade and stuff like that. And
yeah.
I think that's what some people don't. I think that's what some people don't get. I'm not going to air out a whole bunch of dirty laundry, but I see when people shill, for shit. I see that, and it's like, are you better than this? It's one of those things. Because you guys see me on Crossroads. You guys have been on Crossroads enough. Like, just because Crossroads used to be a PlayStation show, like, we used to go bloody place Sony's nose whenever the shit was adequate, and stuff like that. Because in all seriousness, it's got to be free and fair. I never want to be a person that someone comes into my DMs or sends me an email saying, hey, you backed this shitty game and I bought it and I hate it and stuff like that. And it was because I was basically using controlled narrative from one of these companies or one of these publishers or one of these third parties and whatnot. Nah, that's not me. It's not me. If I enjoy it, I'm gonna tell you I enjoy it. If I don't like it, I'm gonna tell you I don't like it. Just like right now, how I tell people I love the Halo series, and all the Xbox fans look at me like, what the fuck train did you step off of? Exactly, And I'm not shilling for Paramount Plus and 343. I'm not. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've got over the years, I've gotten a couple things for free, and the last thing I got for free that I actually tried to get for this was Outer Worlds on Switch. And I started playing, I'm like, why do I go through all this just to do this? And plus I just don't want to have my opinion influenced by something that I got for free, and I mean, I totally understand why people do it and why people want to do it. I'm just for me, I'm just never gonna do it because it's just I feel like people are just gonna say you only said that because you got it for free, or you only did this because of this, and I just
see you're thinking about it too hard. You're thinking about it too hard. And you know what? At the end of the day, if you feel like your integrity's online, you can turn around and say, well, hey, I'm saying this because I was told to endorse this product.
I don't ever want to be that way though.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if they're telling you to endorse the product, you can always say no. But if it's something you're doing out of your own, because you want to do it, don't beat yourself up about this stuff because opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and I'm gonna be serious about it because shit. I can tell you right now, just like how we give Ed shit about how much he loves Paper Mario, the Origami King.
I know, it was on his list the other day, and we gave him so much crap for it.
Yeah. I sat there for 4.5 hours and listened to y'all.
I was like, man, there are at least 3 better Paper Mario games than Origami King, and you picked this one.
The original Paper Mario is.
I mean, the GameCube one I know everybody loves too, right?
Yeah, everyone wishes the Origami King was the 1,000-year door. Everyone wishes that, But in my opinion, the first Paper Mario that came out in Nintendo 64, that is the best Paper Mario game ever. I'm going to indulge Ed one of these days, and I'm actually going to try the Origami King, but I'm not paying $60 for that game.
Well,
it's on sale right now.
Yeah, it's on sale right now for $41.
That's the cheapest it's going to get.
That's too high. That's still too high.
Well, for a Nintendo first party, I feel like that's the cheapest.
Have we met? I'm the guy's if it's a first party Nintendo game that's been out for longer than 2 years, it needs to hit $30 for me to buy it. That's why when Best Buy lost their fucking minds and had Breath of the Wild for $30, I snatched that shit up. I don't even know how I got so lucky to be in Best Buy that day that it was because I told a friend as soon as I got it, they went to Best Buy the next morning and it was back to $60.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was, wow. And then here I am buying Fire Emblem, at $60, and 2 days later it drops to $30 on a Nintendo sale. It was actually a Nintendo sanctioned sale too. It wasn't even a fucking sale that a retailer was like, we're gonna go rogue and do this shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm
anyway,
just, I don't know. I'm just at the point where I'm just like, I'm not even gonna bother trying to do that, even if we do get bigger or whatever. You know, I mean, anybody here can do whatever they want. I'm just not gonna do it. I just don't care.
I get it. I get it. You don't want stress. I understand that. I really do, because like I really had to think about this stuff. Like you guys know, for the longest while I wrestled with, I have a Switch, I have a capture card and stuff like that. I honestly had to wrestle with, am I going to stream some of their content, because like it's a headache when you get the game that you want to play and stream, and then like the next day you wake up and it's like everybody's getting takedown notices, and it's like, what?
Yeah. I mean, the best route for us when we start doing like streams or series or whatever, I think, is to just like, our channel's just not going to be monetized, because why would we monetize if we can't monetize anything? And if people want to support us, they can, go to our Patreon or our PayPal or Coffee or whatever all these other donation sites that people use, right? If we ever decide to do that, which is something we should probably talk about at the next meeting, but that's behind the
Corey, what was the name of that guy's YouTube channel again?
My name is Byf.
My name
BYF.
is BYF. Is it Byf or Biff?
Byf.
Okay.
It's Byf.
Yeah, because I went off on a tangent, because like I opened YouTube just to like look this guy up, and literally my feed is like 7 different people are streaming Monster Hunter Live right now, and it pisses me off.
Pushing your buttons.
And I just subscribed to that guy. I haven't watched a single piece of his content, but I just subscribed to him. And goddamn, he's got 4-hour one. And it's not a playlist. It's an actual 4-hour stream. The complete story of Destiny, from Origins to Shadowkeep. Wow.
Yeah, that's a video that he puts out every time there's a new expansion, that it'll just keep getting longer.
So he adds on to it. So
yeah,
it did not originally start at 3 hours and 57 minutes.
No, I think the first version of that was 2 hours.
Oh, it looks like YouTube has enrolled me into a new program, because like I can see moments. So shoot, I can actually like jump to the hot parts of the video. Ooh.
But yeah, I mean, I would really like to start streaming and stuff. I need to find time, and B, figure out how people can watch without, us getting butthurt about strikes and stuff,
Oh, I thought you were about to say butthurt about comments. Because
I don't care about comments.
Comments are,
dude, I don't.
Yeah, you say you don't care about comments, but Stephanie, remember when this guy had a fucking meltdown a few months ago because of something that was said about Nintendo Power Block in a comment?
What did I say?
So yeah, somebody said something about how the show doesn't feel the same, and it feels like a generic show and all this stuff, and you didn't go ballistic or anything, but you definitely were like, man, I hate this shit. Like I thought we had a good shit. You were all up in your feels, man.
Yeah, you were having a lot of self-doubt.
And the kicker was like, it was a long time like listener or viewer or whatever and stuff like that. And
those comments were when I was not on the show, and we were trying to make the show feel more in line with the other shows, and they did not enjoy what was being put out. And
it's weird,
because that was a show that Ed and I take great pride in. And when people don't like the way it's going because we changed some things, it was not a great feeling.
I'm not going to say anything while we're live on this, but I've always had a question about the format of Power Block, and I'm not going to say anything while we're live right now. I'm going to ask you as soon as we end it.
Why? Why don't you just ask now?
Oh, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you.
This would be a good time to
wrap it up.
Things up, yeah.
Wrap it up.
If you're so eager, Corey, let's. We apparently have 2 episodes of After Dark to record.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like I feel like at least once a month, like Corey always justifies like why we do things, and I don't want him to go on that tangent again, because like Corey, I love you, brother, but man, you get worked up sometimes when it's like you feel like you have to explain like yourself in boss rush and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to put you in that situation.
Well, I feel like I always have to explain myself to someone around here, and it's not a
Well,
great
I'm
feeling.
not. Well, I'm not the person that's trying to get you to explain everything because you know what? For me being, I would almost say I'm a part timer because technically I'm a partner, with Boss Rush, even though I'm basically one of the family. I feel like right now, if I turn around and say, hey guys, like, this is going to be my last week of Boss Rush, like, you guys, like, a few of you guys will get in your car and be at my house by the weekend. They'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Is this a hostage situation? What's happening to you? Are you under duress? Because you're not leaving us. And stuff like that. But I feel like in the 2 years I've been, July will make it 2 years. I feel like in the 2 years I've been with Boss Rush and stuff like that, I know you. I feel like I know you much more than I should know you. But the one thing I know for sure is like you're definitely proud of all the work that you guys have done over how many years is Boss Rush Network may be a new thing, but how many years have you guys been doing this shit? I think you said more than 6 years, right?
7?
Ed and I have been doing Pow Block for 7. I've been doing content for 8.5, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like you love it, it's your passion and stuff like that. And I understand why some days like shit just kicks you in the nuts. I understand.
Here's the thing though, is like the comments that I don't like is when it's people that have comments for you like that. It's people like people that I don't know or, I don't care, right? But when you have people that either you've met in real life or interacted with in a community for a long time or have been listening to you since, close to the very beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I know which comments about Pow Block you're talking about. That person is someone I used to work with who listened to us while, when I was working at the restaurant, and like he has been listening to us since then. And like when people say things like that, it really sucks, and
Right.
That's why when I hear comments like that from people that it hurts way more than some random person that pops in your chat to say something stupid and then leaves or something.
I get it. Yeah. I get that. Before we go, Stephanie, did you ever get your Stream Deck?
No.
Okay.
And I know that they're doubling up production, and they said they sent emails to the second wave, and I didn't get anything. So I'm like, am I really the third wave? Because I know I missed like the very first wave. That I swear I thought I was the second wave, but apparently I'm not. So I don't know when the hell I'm getting the Steam Deck. It's making me real mad because I want it.
You know what though? But here's the thing about it, because like I'm pretty much on board with a Steam Deck, but I'm gonna wait for you to get yours to tell me which one did you get? Did you get the basic one, or did you get like the middle or the top tier?
I mean, I know 64 is definitely not a large size at all. But honestly,
the good news is micro SD cards are fucking cheap.
Well, yeah, there's that, and like that's all I could afford. So
yeah.
But yeah. I'd rather have it. And well, when you say Q3, Corey, I mean we're gonna be entering Q3 technically, right? Like 7.1 starts Q3.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I was just kidding. I really don't know what's going on with this thing. I haven't been paying attention to the Steam Deck at all. So
listen,
if I'm not mistaken. Oh, go ahead.
When I first pre-ordered it, I was like, okay, I'm patient. I can wait. But like now,
you're like, where the fuck is it?
Because now I'm seeing things like that can come out on PC/Steam. I'm like, all right, I'm missing on all these titles that I want to play on this Steam Deck.
Yeah. And the other reason why, because I feel like I should go ahead and put $5 down and get my name on the list, but I have that funny feeling that I'm gonna be that person that puts $5 down, and in 2 months they're gonna be like, hey, your Steam Deck's ready, pay the rest now. Yeah, and I'm like, this is not what I signed up for, fellas.
Hopefully I'll get it by end of year, and I'll let you know. But
and I want the big boy version. I want the big body version. Well, not the big body version. You know what I mean. I want the. Yeah. I keep forgetting what the price is. Was it like 600 and something?
600 range, I think. Mine's like in the 300 range.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I just like the fact that it's a handheld, because I am biased for my Switch because I'm lazy and want to now play games in bed or on the couch.
I have heard that the Steam Deck is the best Nintendo GameCube emulator around. Yes.
It's because it can run the Dolphin and the CMU emulator, which is the Wii and the Wii U emulator as well.
Yeah, I have heard, and you know what? Because I mean, I've done some things, with N60. Well, no, I'm sorry, GameCube on my on my PC and stuff like that. I just really want to play Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes again. I really do. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to this episode of the Boss Rush Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Boss Rush Podcast. You can email the show at bossrushpodcast@gmail.com. Don't know why I'm going through all this again. Whatever. You can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/bossrush.network. Stephanie, LeRon, thank you for your time tonight, as always. LeRon, where can we find you?
You can find me everywhere. Just look me up at Exodus 803. Like, if you look that up, you will find me. So Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Steam, PlayStation Network, like just look it up. Also, the Crossroads Podcast now has a new home. It is on youtube.com/Exodus803. It comes on the same time, Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, normally. And we have a new co-host. You guys already know this person. If you're a regular tuner into the Boss Rush Podcast, Andre Wilson is one of us now. And last night's episode. Just go to at @PS_Crossroads on Twitter.
You'll find out which character in a franchise needs to retire, and
which is
unanimous.
Which is also part of a Boss Rush banner. It's on the website. Oh, it was the June 28th Boss Rush banner by our good friend Ouch. So go to bossrush.net, read that article, then go to @PS_Crossroads on Twitter and see what we had to say about it. Hilarity. And now I think about it, I need to make it the pinned tweet before it gets buried.
I love it. I retweeted it. I love
it. Stephanie, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on the internet, Twitter and Instagram at Klimov, KLIMOV_author. My articles on bossrush.net, and appearing on other various podcasts in the network from time to time,
including 6 or 7 that we recorded this week.
Yeah.
You can find me at IamCoreyHT on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on After Dark, Nintendo Power Block, Standard Definition, Expansion Pass, and a plethora of other things here on the Boss Rush Network. Remember to like, subscribe, share, rate, and review wherever you listen to us. If you listen on iTunes or Spotify, leave a nice review, 5-star rating, all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Good night.